My name is Alba, and I'm 33 years old. I work in a hospital as a nurse. My job involves helping people who are sick, and I work long hours every day. Sometimes I work during the day, and other times I work at night. I truly love my profession because I find joy in assisting others. Up until last year, I was on my own. I didn't have a boyfriend and I lived alone. I was constantly working and often felt exhausted after my shifts. I would frequently visit my mother, who resides in a small village. She is elderly, so I enjoy helping her whenever I can. My life was quiet and straightforward. Then, one day, something shifted. A new doctor began working at our hospital. His name is Michael, and he's 2 years younger than me at 31. He's very handsome, tall, with brown hair and striking blue eyes, and he smiles constantly. All the nurses appreciate him because he's so friendly and kind. Initially, I assumed Michael wouldn't even notice me. I'm not particularly slim, just an ordinary woman. I don't wear stylish clothes, nor do I have long, beautiful hair. I genuinely didn't think someone like Michael would ever be interested in someone like me. However, Michael started initiating conversations with me. He was consistently kind, always asking how I was doing and greeting me with a smile every day. I was taken aback. I never imagined he'd pay me any attention. One day, he offered me a ride home, and I accepted. We talked during the entire journey in his nice car, discussing work, our lives, and our families. I felt an incredible happiness just talking to him. He was so easy to converse with. After that, Michael frequently drove me home. Sometimes he'd bring me coffee or tea at work, and we'd sit together in the cafeteria during lunch, just talking. My feelings for him grew stronger each day, and I found myself looking forward to seeing him. One weekend, he asked if I'd like to go to the movies, as we both had the day off. I agreed. We watched a film and afterward went for a long walk, talking for hours. I was overjoyed, believing that maybe Michael felt the same way about me. But a few days later, he revealed something shocking. "Anna," he said, "I need to tell you something. I'm married." I was stunned. I had no idea he had a wife. He never mentioned her and didn't wear a wedding ring. Michael explained that he'd been married for 5 years to a woman named Laura, and they had no children. He admitted he wasn't happy in his marriage, stating they lacked common interests, didn't spend much time together, and had little in common. He told me he enjoyed being with me because I made him happy and he felt comfortable around me. He said I was easy to talk to and he valued my company. I was at a loss. I really liked Michael, but I didn't want to create any problems. I began to overthink everything, wondering why he'd choose me when he already had a wife. I imagined she must be beautiful, and I couldn't understand his interest in me. I was confused and uncertain whether to continue seeing him or not. I didn't want to hurt anyone, yet I cherished the time we spent together. A few days later, something happened. I was at the big city supermarket buying groceries. While walking through the aisles, I heard a familiar voice. It was Michael, talking to someone. I spotted him before he noticed me. He was with a woman I presumed was his wife, Laura. She was stunning, tall, elegant, and looked like a model, wearing expensive clothes and smiling a lot. They were laughing together and appeared genuinely happy. Feeling a wave of sadness, I quickly left the supermarket to avoid being seen. At home, I reflected on what I'd witnessed. I felt even more confused. Why did Michael spend time with me if he had such a beautiful wife? Why did he choose to talk to me? I considered my situation and realized I didn't want to be the other woman. I knew I had to make the right decision, though it was difficult. I needed to talk to Michael and figure things out. That night, I couldn't sleep, constantly thinking about Michael. I remembered his kindness and how much I enjoyed being with him. But I also thought about his wife, how perfect and beautiful she seemed. I still didn't understand why he'd want to be with me. The next day at work, I felt tired and sad. I didn't want to see Michael, but I knew we had to talk. When I saw him, he smiled as if nothing was wrong, but I couldn't return it. I needed answers. "Michael, we need to talk," I said. He looked confused. "What's wrong, Anna?" he asked. "I saw you at the supermarket with your wife," I replied. "You looked so happy." I don't understand why you're spending time with me if you're happy with her. Michael looked sad. I'm not happy, Anna, he said. Laura and I don't have the connection that you and I share. With you, I can be myself. You make me feel alive. I was speechless. I cared for Michael, but I didn't want to be the cause of a broken marriage. I decided I needed time to think and told him I required some space. Over the next few days, I pondered everything. I confided in my best friend, Sarah, who's always honest. She told me, Anna, you deserve someone who can be fully with you. Don't settle for less. I knew she was right. I had to consider my own happiness and what I truly wanted. A week later, Michael called, wanting to meet and talk. I was nervous but knew I had to be honest. We met at a park, and I expressed my feelings. Michael, I care about you, but I can't be in this situation, I said. You need to decide what you really want. If you're unhappy with Laura, you should talk to her. But I can't be the other woman. Michael looked sad but understanding. I care about you, Anna, he said. I'll think about everything. I just want you to be happy. We said our goodbyes, and I walked home feeling a mix of sadness and strength. I knew I'd made the right decision, even though it wasn't easy. Life is filled with difficult choices, but sometimes we have to choose what's best for ourselves.